This is the FL10 from Neewer. Now before we get into it, I want to say that Neewer did send me on this light to have a look at, however all the opinions in this video are that of my own. It comes in at the price point of £50 or £55, depending on where you buy it from. However, you can get it for as cheap as £35 if you find it on sale. It comes with a collapsible silicone snoot, which allows you to be able to connect 20 different filters onto this thing, which is insane for out of the box, being able to have this at your disposal. It features a 7800 mAh battery, which will give you up to about 180 minutes of continuous use. However, if you do run out and have access to the mains, you can plug this in for continuous use. But if you don't, it takes about 270 minutes to fully charge this light. The maximum light output is probably about 2000 Kelvin, which may not be like the sun. But however, if you're using this light just for some subtle accents for the background or on your subject itself, whether that be for streaming, photography, or video, I think is more than enough than what you would actually need this light for. The light features 3/4 1-inch threads, which are very handy, with 2 of them being on the side of the body and 1 of them at the very end of it, which is extremely handy, especially if you're doing a top-down setup and you want to accentuate a spotlight on maybe a product you're reviewing, or if you're, I don't know, a hardcore game streamer that highlights your keyboard on stream, you can have this floating above it and everything else will be blacked out around about the keyboard, which is maybe quite nice to look at, to be honest. So what's my thoughts about this light? Well, for me, I've been using it for about the past month in the background of my streams. Instead of having the spotlights on my guitars, I've just been having this wiping across the side of it. And I've been using 2 different filters. The main one, which is literally the fake window, which for me in the studio, as I don't have any windows in here, looks really good in the background because it creates that aesthetic that the sun is outside shining in comparison to being in a blackout den. I love the fact as well it's got an adjustable hood at the top, so you can actually make the background, you can make the filter much more in focus or much more blurred out, which is great control as well. The single dial too, the fact is that there's no complicated controls on this, made me absolutely love this thing to begin with as well. However, I struggled to turn it on to begin with because I didn't realize you have to press the dial and then turn the dial to then actually turn it on. The turn dial itself literally is linear dimming, which is very easy to control, and in order to change the color you just press the button a couple of times and you can do whatever you want with it. For example, right here, right now, we've got all the different colors that you can go through. As you can see, the LEDs for these different colors are placed in a square, so they do change the placements of exactly where you would expect it to be sometimes. So keep in mind if you do have this set up for a particular shot. The body itself is absolutely solid. I would feel no worry about carrying this thing around about with me as well. And the collapsible snoot is very, very handy in terms of not taking up too much space in your backpack. The only problem I do have with the snoot though is because it is silicone and because of the way that they've kind of allowed having this lip at the front of it for you to place your filters in, it can get a little bit finicky to try and get it in right first time. I generally find what I like to do is slot it in up at the lip where you've got the tab and then just kind of fill it in around the edges. I can maybe take about an extra 30 seconds, 40 seconds to get this really right to make sure that it works correctly. I would say there's still some improvements on this. It is a Neewer basics thing. Like I said, the snoot for me, the kind of finicky of how they could improve the filters going in could be increased a little bit. For example, if they could even just have a metal ridge around the top of it, they could slide them in and out easily with a kind of concave at the top. That would be a lot handier because, like I said, it is a bit finicky, it is a little bit annoying. But however, if you're not changing it often like me, you won't be bothered by this at all. And so who's this light for in the end, really? I would say it's pretty much for any creator out there. If you're a streamer and want to kind of highlight or have a little bit more of an interesting background, you can do that with this thing. If you are doing photography and you kind of want to accentuate, you know, features on a subject or create dramatic lighting, I don't know, say like a stripe across the face or something like that, you can do that with this thing. In video as well, you can actually put on some of the spotlight filters and you get a very dramatic spotlight as well on top of that. So yeah, and for the price point, I wouldn't complain about that. If you've got a main key light as well, you could literally use this thing as a, I don't know, hair light as well for the background to separate your subject from the background. It's very, very versatile in what it can do, and the fact that it's completely portable is very handy to have. I definitely will be using it in the future. I'll keep on using it in my streams. Let me know what you think about the FL10 down below. What would you use it for? What would you like to see improved on it? If you like the video, guys, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want some more tech reviews for creator content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you.